There is a quiet kind of attraction that many people overlook, yet it has a powerful effect on a mature woman. It does not begin with dramatic gestures or loud expressions. Instead, it begins with emotional presence. A mature woman often carries years of experience, lessons, responsibilities, and personal growth. Because of this, she quickly recognizes when someone is only physically present but mentally distant. Emotional presence means something very different. It means listening with genuine attention, responding thoughtfully, and allowing her words to be heard without rushing to judge or interrupt. When someone listens this way, it communicates respect and patience. It signals that her thoughts matter and that her experiences are valued. Many people underestimate how deeply this kind of attention can affect emotional connection. A mature woman is not searching for constant praise or dramatic affection. She is drawn towards someone who can slow down and truly engage with her world. When a person remembers small details she once shared or asks meaningful questions about her perspective, it creates a sense of recognition. She feels understood rather than overlooked. This moment of understanding is powerful because it speaks to a deeper need for emotional safety. Over time, emotional presence creates a quiet bond. Conversations become more relaxed, trust begins to grow, and the connection starts to feel natural rather than forced. A mature woman appreciates this calm atmosphere because it allows her to express herself honestly. She does not need to compete for attention or explain herself repeatedly. Instead, she experiences the comfort of being heard. This form of attraction develops slowly, yet it often lasts longer than excitement built on surface impressions. Emotional presence also reveals emotional maturity. When someone chooses to be attentive rather than distracted, it shows discipline and awareness. It tells her that the person values meaningful connection instead of constant stimulation. In a world where many interactions are rushed and divided by distractions, genuine presence feels rare. That rarity makes it deeply attractive. The person who offers this level of attention becomes memorable because they provide something many others overlook. For a mature woman, this kind of connection is not simply pleasant. It becomes a foundation where emotional closeness can grow naturally. Without pressure, without performance, and without unnecessary drama, two people begin to understand each other more clearly. And in that quiet understanding, a deeper form of attraction begins to take shape. Respectful communication has a quiet but powerful influence on how a mature woman experiences emotional attraction. It is not simply about speaking politely. It is about the deeper intention behind words, the tone used during conversations, and the ability to communicate with consideration even when opinions differ. A mature woman often pays close attention to how someone expresses their thoughts because communication reveals character. When a person listens without rushing to interrupt, when they respond thoughtfully rather than defensively, it signals emotional maturity. She begins to feel that her voice carries weight in the conversation. This feeling of being respected creates emotional comfort. Many people underestimate how much tone and patience can shape attraction. Words spoken with calm understanding have a different impact than words delivered with impatience or dismissal. A mature woman recognizes the difference immediately. Respectful communication also shows itself in small moments. It appears when someone asks for her opinion before making assumptions, when they acknowledge her experiences instead of minimizing them, and when they express disagreement without turning the conversation into a conflict. These subtle behaviors create an atmosphere of dignity within the interaction. Over time, this atmosphere becomes very meaningful because it allows conversations to remain open and honest. A mature woman does not expect perfection in communication. She understands that misunderstandings can happen. What matters more to her is the effort to communicate with fairness and kindness. When someone takes the time to clarify their thoughts, to apologize if necessary, or to revisit a conversation with patience, it strengthens emotional trust. Respectful communication also encourages deeper sharing. When she senses that her words will be received with understanding rather than criticism, she becomes more comfortable expressing personal thoughts and experiences. This openness naturally deepens emotional attraction because the connection begins to feel authentic. Conversations move beyond surface topics and begin to explore values, ideas, and life perspectives. In many ways, communication becomes the bridge that connects two emotional worlds. A mature woman values this bridge because it supports mutual understanding. She does not need constant agreement, but she appreciates the willingness to treat her perspective with seriousness and care. Over time, this respectful exchange creates a sense of partnership in conversation. Both individuals feel heard, both feel valued, and both feel safe sharing their true thoughts. That feeling of balanced respect quietly transforms simple interaction into something far more meaningful. And through that respectful communication, emotional attraction grows steadily and naturally. Genuine appreciation has a powerful emotional effect on a mature woman because it reaches beyond surface compliments and touches something deeper within her sense of identity. By the time a woman reaches emotional maturity, she has often invested years into building her character, managing responsibilities, and supporting the people around her. Much of this effort happens quietly, without constant recognition. Because of this, when someone notices her strength, her wisdom, or the calm way she handles challenges, it feels meaningful in a way that simple praise cannot achieve. Appreciation becomes powerful when it is sincere and specific. A mature woman easily recognizes the difference between empty flattery and thoughtful acknowledgement. When someone observes the qualities that truly define her, it communicates that they are paying attention not just to appearances, but to the person she has become. This kind of recognition creates warmth because it validates her experiences and personal growth. It tells her that the effort she puts into her life and relationships is visible to someone who respects it. Appreciation also builds emotional closeness because it creates an atmosphere of gratitude rather than expectation. Instead of feeling evaluated or compared, she feels valued for who she genuinely is. In many cases, a mature woman is less interested in dramatic attention and more interested in meaningful acknowledgement. Simple moments of recognition, such as appreciating her perspective during a conversation or acknowledging her thoughtful decisions, can create a strong emotional impact. These moments reveal that someone sees her clearly. Over time, appreciation becomes a quiet language of connection. It encourages positivity and mutual respect within the interaction. When appreciation is shared regularly and naturally, it builds emotional security. She begins to feel that the connection is based on admiration rather than convenience. This sense of admiration strengthens emotional attraction because it creates a foundation of respect and gratitude. A mature woman values this environment because it allows both individuals to feel comfortable expressing kindness without pressure. Genuine appreciation also inspires openness. When she feels valued, she becomes more willing to share her thoughts, ideas, and experiences. The relationship begins to feel supportive rather than demanding. This supportive atmosphere allows emotional bonds to grow steadily. Instead of relying on constant excitement, the connection develops through understanding and mutual recognition. In this way, appreciation becomes more than a compliment. It becomes a meaningful signal that someone sees the depth of who she is and respects the journey that shaped her into the person she is today. Consistency has a powerful influence on how a mature woman experiences emotional attraction. By the time a woman reaches a stage of emotional maturity, she has usually learned an important lesson about human behavior. Words can be persuasive, promises can sound convincing, and first impressions can feel exciting, but what truly reveals a person's character is the pattern of their actions over time. Because of this understanding, a mature woman pays close attention to consistency. She observes whether someone behaves the same way on different days, in different moods, and during both comfortable and challenging situations. When a person shows reliability through steady actions, it creates a sense of emotional stability. This stability feels reassuring because it removes the uncertainty that often weakens connections. Consistency is not about perfection. Everyone experiences difficult days or moments of distraction. What matters is the overall pattern of behavior. When someone regularly shows respect, keeps their word, and follows through on small commitments, it sends a quiet but powerful message. It tells her that this person is dependable and that their intentions are genuine. A mature woman appreciates this reliability because it allows her to relax emotionally. She does not feel the need to question every word or interpret mixed signals. Instead, she begins to trust the rhythm of the interaction. This trust develops gradually, but it becomes a strong foundation for emotional attraction. Consistency also demonstrates emotional discipline. When a person remains calm during disagreements, communicates with patience, and continues to show kindness even in stressful moments, it reveals a level of maturity that is deeply appealing. These steady behaviors create an environment where conversations feel safe and predictable in a positive way. A mature woman values this emotional steadiness because it allows the connection to grow without unnecessary drama or confusion. Over time, consistent actions create a sense of comfort. Familiar patterns of respect and reliability make the relationship feel stable and grounded. This stability encourages openness because she knows that her trust is being met with dependable behavior. Emotional attraction then grows naturally from this secure foundation. Rather than relying on temporary excitement, the connection becomes rooted in mutual trust and reliability. For a mature woman, this quiet dependability often feels far more meaningful than grand gestures that appear suddenly and disappear just as quickly. Consistency shows that someone is not simply trying to impress in a single moment, but is genuinely committed to maintaining respect, honesty, and care over time. Intellectual curiosity can create a unique form of emotional attraction for a mature woman because it invites connection beyond surface-level interaction. As people grow older and gain life experience, conversations often become more meaningful. A mature woman usually appreciates dialogue that encourages reflection, thoughtful questions, and the sharing of perspectives. When someone shows curiosity about ideas, experiences, and different ways of understanding the world, it creates an atmosphere where genuine discussion can flourish. This kind of interaction feels refreshing because it moves beyond predictable or repetitive conversations. Instead of focusing only on routine topics, both individuals explore thoughts, values, and lessons learned from life. For a mature woman, this kind of engagement signals that the person is interested not just in her presence, but also in her mind. She begins to feel that her opinions and insights are respected and welcomed. Intellectual curiosity also shows openness. When someone is willing to learn, to listen to new viewpoints, and to consider ideas that challenge their assumptions, it reflects emotional flexibility and humility. These qualities are attractive because they create space for growth within the relationship. A mature woman often values this openness because she understands that life is full of learning experiences. Conversations filled with curiosity encourage mutual discovery. Each exchange becomes an opportunity to understand one another more deeply. This sense of discovery strengthens emotional connection because it makes time spent together feel stimulating and meaningful. Another important aspect of intellectual curiosity is the ability to ask thoughtful questions. When someone shows genuine interest in how she thinks about certain topics or how her experiences shaped her perspective, it communicates sincere engagement. These questions allow her to express herself more freely. Over time, the dialogue becomes richer and more layered, moving naturally from simple topics to deeper reflections about life and personal values. This type of communication creates a strong emotional bond because it allows both individuals to feel mentally connected. A mature woman appreciates conversations that respect her intelligence and encourage her to share her insights. Instead of feeling like she must entertain or impress, she experiences a sense of partnership in discussion. Intellectual curiosity also brings a sense of excitement to the connection. Each conversation feels like an opportunity to explore something new together. This shared exploration keeps the relationship dynamic and engaging. Gradually, the attraction grows not only from emotional warmth, but also from the pleasure of meaningful conversation. In this way, curiosity becomes a bridge that connects minds as well as emotions. Emotional reassurance has a quiet but powerful influence on how a mature woman experiences attraction. Life often teaches people to be cautious with their trust. Over the years, many individuals encounter moments where promises are made but not fulfilled, or where emotions are handled carelessly. Because of these experiences, a mature woman often values emotional steadiness more than dramatic expressions. Reassurance does not come from constant declarations or exaggerated gestures. Instead, it appears through consistent calmness, supportive behavior, and the ability to remain understanding during uncertain moments. When someone shows patience during a difficult conversation or offers encouragement when she is facing a challenge, it communicates reliability. This type of reassurance tells her that the connection is not fragile or conditional. She begins to feel that her emotions will be treated with care rather than judgment. Emotional reassurance also appears in small, thoughtful actions. It can be present in the way someone responds when she shares a concern or when she expresses doubt about something in her life. Instead of dismissing her feelings or quickly changing the topic, a reassuring presence listens attentively and responds with empathy. These moments create emotional safety because they show that her thoughts and feelings are respected. A mature woman appreciates this kind of support because it allows her to be honest without fear of criticism. Over time, this supportive atmosphere encourages deeper openness. She becomes more comfortable sharing experiences, ideas, and even vulnerabilities because she senses that the other person will respond with understanding. Emotional reassurance also reflects emotional maturity. It demonstrates that someone is capable of managing their own reactions while remaining considerate of another person's feelings. When a person remains calm during tension and chooses understanding over impatience, it strengthens trust. This calm approach prevents unnecessary conflict and allows conversations to remain constructive. A mature woman values this emotional balance because it creates a peaceful environment where both individuals can communicate freely. As this pattern continues, reassurance becomes a quiet foundation within the relationship. Instead of questioning intentions or worrying about sudden changes in behavior, she begins to feel secure in the consistency of the connection. This sense of security allows attraction to grow naturally. Rather than being driven by uncertainty or emotional highs and lows, the connection becomes grounded in stability and trust. Emotional reassurance therefore becomes more than a comforting quality. It becomes a signal that